Hello everyone and welcome back to Wynncraft. Since the last episode, not much has happened. As you can see, I am still level 97, but there is at least one more thing that we can do to get us a significant amount of XP, and that is the last secret discovery in Corkus. There is a library in Relos that requires an electromagical battery to open. Now, I don't happen to have an electromagical battery, but I do know where I can get one. And that would be at negative 1321, negative 2915 at the Corkus docks. 2915 and 1321. If I go straight this way, I'd hit it. I just need to go that way to the docks. And once I'm at the docks, I should be able to get the electromagical battery. Then I take that, go to Relos, and then I have made it. I need to find out how to get out of here, because I don't remember. Here, this is the way. Okay, I think. And then out this way, right? Yes? Yes, this looks right. Okay, I think we made it. We're good. 1321, negative 2915 is the place I'm going. Hello, Javin. Talked to you a while ago. I don't remember how I pronounced your name then, and I don't remember how I pronounce it now. So, that's okay. 13, 21, 29, 15. To keep going that way. There's always walls in my way. Someone needs to take out these walls so I don't have to deal with them anymore. Because they are very, very annoying. They're not that annoying, actually. Anyway, 13, 21, 29, 15. This ship? Yeah, there it is. That's what I'm trying to get to. Now that I see it, I don't need to use my coordinates anymore. I know where I'm trying to go, but I don't know how to get there. I almost missed that jump, and I would have been sad. Would have been even more sad if I missed that jump, so it's a good thing I didn't. There should be a way up there. Obviously there should be a way up there, because you have to get it to do the thing, but, you know, whatever. How... I don't think normal people can do this, but archers can. So, be glad I'm an archer, I guess. I love being able to skip parkour so much. It's so nice to not have to worry about it, because I can just do it. There's no issue, no problems. I just go, and then I'm good. And can I make it? Yes. Oh, cool. Oh, it flew off the edge. Sorry about that. Oh no, I picked it up. Never mind, we're good. Okay, now I have to go to Relos, which is at negative 1643, negative 2445. So I think going through Corkus City and then making like a left. Yeah, I need to go that way. So going into Corkus and then making a left is probably going to be the fastest way to get there, based on what I know about geography and directions. So unless I actually have to go backwards around the world to get there, which I don't even think is possible, but unless that's what I have to do, then I should be on the correct path toward Relos. Yes. We have been there before, but there isn't anything important there as far as I remember, so I'm not like super concerned about it. 1643, 2445. So yeah, pretty much just straight this way. So this is where the Fallen Factory is, so I guess it's beyond the Fallen Factory. That would make sense, I guess, for it to be in that direction, because there isn't much else out here, so it's got to be something, I guess. Okay, 16, I'm too far over. I need to merge back onto that side of the hill as soon as I get an opportunity. Assuming I get an opportunity, which isn't entirely guaranteed, though I want it to be. This is just a Corkus citizen, not a Relos citizen. It's unfortunate for me, because I need a Relos, not Corkus. Okay, I think I can cut back over here. For the most part, this is Relos, right down here. It's like port, town, city thing. Even though Corkus has a port. Yeah, Relos. Okay. Is there a scroll merchant here? Because, I mean, I feel like I would have had a scroll if there was one. But maybe I didn't care enough since there isn't anything that you ever do here anyway. I don't know. In any case, I need to find their library, which is 20... Okay, I like how clicking back into the game caused me to get off my horse. Anyway, 2445. Negative 2445 in the Z, so I went a tad too far. That's okay. Negative 2445 and negative 1643. So, this is interesting. I've hit a wall, unless it's up here. Could be up here. Nothing saying that it isn't up here, so I just feel like the library is probably important enough to be in the main body of the town, but maybe some guy decided that the people don't need to read and that they should be up here. Okay. What are you? Relos Mechanic. Is this the right place? 1640 something? 2445? Yeah, I think this is the right place. I have a loot bomb as well. Oh, an XP bomb. Cool. Thanks, Forsaken 32843. I'm gonna guess that I throw that in there. Yeah, I was right. Yeah. What are we seeing? It's flaming. It's a sparking. It's a sparky boy. What's he doing? Ooh, that was anticlimactic. I was expecting some like big reveal, and then there wasn't one. So that's okay. But anyway, we got discovery found. Relos' secret library. Yay! The library tells a tale about the government of Corkus has kept secret. Rumors tell that more mysterious libraries like this one are hidden across the world. Cool. New quest, which is actually what I was going for, and a new mini quest as well as 2 skill points that I will put into intelligence. Cool. So now we are level 98. We are able to move on to doing the last quest that currently exists within Wynncraft, Royal Trials. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, there's a bunch of mini quests. Oh, and this one too. Still need to do that. I gotta find a time to do it. Because I want to do it, but I just, it's difficult to organize. But anyway, since we're here, might as well go through and read this stuff. The Isle of Industry. Chapter 1. Of 4, I guess. No one knows exactly when the province borders formed between Fruma and Wynn. Such tales are lost to time. The Ragni Mountains that dominate the landscape have served as a natural barrier between the contrasting lands. There is only a single, well-traveled passage through them to connect the two. The border has been closed for over 1,000 years and is strictly regulated by the mysterious governing force of Fruma. Immigration has always been entirely a one-way system. People leave Fruma and enter Wynn. People who wish to attempt the opposite are more than welcome to try, however they are met with a hail of aggression from Kaishi, the Fruman Royal Guard. End of Chapter 1. Did I just press it again? I was just trying to close the trapdoors. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. No, it started again. Dang it. Okay, well, I guess I'll wait for that to finish and talk about that. So, I guess that, it kind of provides background as to the original, quest, I guess. Getting into the world from the beginning. You start in Fruma and then go to Wynn. I guess that explains why you can't go back, because Kaishi says no. Or the Kaishi, I guess. It's not one person. That's the name of the Fruman Royal Guard, Kaishi. So maybe, I think Fruma's the next update, right, for Wynncraft? So maybe we'll get some more explanation on what exactly the Kaishi are then. Assuming that it's not found in Chapter 2, 3, or 4. Which is entirely possible. So, let's check. Chapter 2. The Isle of Industry. Chapter 2. The slow release of the Fruman population into the province of Wynn began 1,000 years ago, at the start of Wynn's corruption outbreak. What is most peculiar about the situation is that none of the recruits seem to know anything about their origins. Like me! Information about Fruma is scarce to none due to this mysterious amnesia. Interesting. The one-way arrangement has been in place for so long that it has become entirely normal, and mostly unquestioned. 350 years ago, however, a splinter group left Fruma through the mountains on the northern coastline. This was a feat previously thought impossible due to the unnatural mountain range and another heavily guarded passage. End of Chapter 2. Okay, so 350 years ago, a splinter group left Fruma through the mountains on the northern coastline. So, I guess a group of people decided to go rogue and get into Wynn, probably through a means that would block their amnesia. Oh, there's more. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, there's a staircase somewhere, I guess. That's probably what this thing is. Okay. Well, there's a lot of reading to do here, but that's okay. Interesting. So that's chapter 2. Chapter 3. Isle of Industry. Chapter 3. These rebels were highly skilled workers who, much like the Wynn recruits, lost the memories of their origins once they passed through the mountains. Confused, scared, and vulnerable, they migrated to a large island close to the northern gate, the island of Corkus. Back then, Corkus was an entirely independent, peaceful, and self-sustaining nation. Its sole inhabitants were the Avos, a bird-like humanoid that colonized the rocky terrain and steep cliffs long ago. Avos' history is relatively unknown, but their beliefs and practices are entrenched in spiritual and natural magic. Avos are truly one with nature and respect all living things, which explain their willingness to grant asylum to any refugees who washed up on their shores, regardless of origin. Okay, so the rogue people that left Fruma went to Corkus, where they met the Avos, and we kind of know how this story goes already. Like, these people pushed the Avos out of their home and colonized it, I guess, basically, based on what I've understood from this, I guess. Not even from this, but anyway. Thus began the era of the Corkians on the island, but while the Avos gave an inch, the new humans took a foot. The Avos granted them their own borders, and they steadily grew over the years. Today, the humans occupy the majority of the island. New Corkians, while still reserving the legal right to occupy and govern themselves, do not own the island. But who does? Although the lands are internationally recognized solely as Avos territory, a self-sufficient neutral land, the real story is quite the opposite. Over the 350 years of dual occupation, tensions have grown between the two civilizations. End of chapter 4. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so now the lift has been... Oh, it's an elevator! Oh. Can I go in? I mean, it was called down. Oh, here we go. Up. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Very nice. Nice fancy. That's very fancy. Alright, cool. Well, now we're here. Is there another floor? I hope not, because there's a lot of reading to do. Anyway, chapter 5. Isle of Industry, chapter 5. The Avos, still clinging to their old spiritual beliefs, occupy the highest mountains where it is unfeasible for the humans to live. The Corkians in the lowlands have forged a truly industrial nation. Yeah, it is quite industrial. They got a lot of robots and stuff. They did not possess any magical knowledge when they departed Fruma. Such power was restricted only to those at the top of the Fruman hierarchy. However, left to their own devices for a few hundred years, skilled Corkian workers soon discovered that they were capable of harnessing the most obscure of the arts, electromagic, the art of machines. They utilized the plentiful natural resources of the island to develop the most advanced and magnificent creations to aid them in everyday life. So, hang on. Such power is restricted only to those at the top of the Fruman hierarchy. How do they know that? How do we know that? Did the Corkians... I mean, the Corkians were part of Fruma, so is that part of their official published history? Or is that just like another thing that happened to be hidden in the library? Like how... I mean, there's not a lot of knowledge about Fruma in general, so how is that a thing that was even able to happen? I don't know. It's kind of confusing. But I guess it's an interesting way to look at it. Isle of Industry, Chapter 6. Currently, all tensions are at their most severe. Neither the Avos nor the Corkians are seen as the enemy. Both have remained allies for the most part. The Avos have enjoyed the advanced medicine and aid from their industrially adept human guests, while they have maintained their traditional hunter-gatherer lifestyle. However, one major disagreement between the two groups has caused a rift between them. The Avos were fundamentally against the environmentally destructive wake left by humans, and in response erected a wall as a symbol of their displeasure. The Corkians did not react at all, instead attempting to maintain their positive and peaceful relationship with the island owners without ceasing their industrial activities. The ocean has been considered a neutral buffer zone between the three provinces for some time, leaving the occupants of most islands somewhat unrepresented, with the exception of Selchar. Corkus, however, is no exception. The Corkians seek international recognition from the other provinces as one of their own. Okay. So Corkians want to be a recognized nation, and the Avos don't want them to be, I guess, kind of. I mean, the Avos, they didn't seem to hate him, but they certainly didn't like him either. Also, why am I able to walk over this without falling in? That's really weird. Weird game physics. Like, why am I not falling right now? That's so odd. Because I fall if I stand still, but if I keep moving, then I don't. I don't get it. It's very strange. I'm sure there's some explanation for it. Anyway, that was Chapter 6. It's now time for Chapter 7. While the Avos simply wished to exist in harmony with the wind and waves, this was not enough for the new occupants. The basic human need for recognition kicked in, and the Corkians were determined to get it. Their method is not through conquest or economic domination, but through the display of their technological might. While the Corkians are indeed ahead of their time, the closest the villagers ever got to an independent machine was a horrific mix of flesh and steel. Though the machines of Corkus were impressive, they paled in comparison to what they called their national monument, the factory. A factory is a massive facility from which all of their machines originate, is capable of producing an army in a matter of weeks. Would surely prove to the other provinces that Corkus is deserving of international representation, especially since it may prove to be indispensable as a tool against the corruption. End of Chapter 7. And we all know how this goes. That factory fell and created the Fallen Factory. And it was bad for everyone. And we don't like them for that. And I'm sure the Avos don't like them even more than we do. Teething problems have proved to hinder their plight for recognition. Teething problems? Like they tried to bite on stuff, but they just can't. The electromagical force that governs the factory seems to have an agenda of its own. Some machines have rebelled against their creators. Resourceful Corkians have since shut down the factory to fix the problem. Good for them! However, the land is still scattered with pockets of desperate mechanicals searching for much-needed spare parts. Just give it to them. Like what? Once they solve the problems of the factory's governing force, Corky is likely to become an international superpower. Good job, Corkus. Their ingenuity and industrial progression can no longer be ignored, regardless of the Avos' situation. The end. Okay, so that is a history of Corkus as a province. It's kind of interesting to think that this was based off of people from Fruma that were able to escape Fruma through not the usual route, but through a different route. So that means that they would still retain some of the knowledge of what Fruma was like, I'd think. Because, I mean, it sounds to me like the Freeman government regulates that, like the passageway into Ragni so that they can bring amnesia to people, I guess. So, if that's the case, then not going through that route would allow you to skip the amnesia, theoretically, right? So, do the founders of Corkus know about Fruma and what it's like? Were they high-ranking in Fruma? Did they know what's going on? Should we talk to them to get more information about Fruma's history? I don't know. I'm sure all of that will be explained when the update comes out for Fruma eventually. I don't know when it is, but I'm sure someone does. That's pretty cool, though. And that history seems kind of, false, I guess. Because, I mean, the resourceful Corkians have shut down the factory to fix the problem. That seems just incorrect. That's just straight wrong. They sure shut down the factory, but it's still producing things. That didn't fix the problem. It only, like, slowed it down. It made them seem less responsible for it, even though that they were the ones that caused it in the first place. So, maybe this history is a bit biased. I mean, it is a bit biased. If it was a true history, like the resourceful Corkians, like, that's positive there. Unnecessarily positive claim toward what the Corkians were able to do, especially since they caused a lot of death with their machines. But, you know, it's an interesting perspective on their history, and it's one that's worth reading, looking into, and just seeing what's going on. And with that, I'm going to leave this here. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Comment any feedback you have for me, and I'll see all of you later. Bye.